But
Yeah.
I struggle with that. I mean, truthfully, I really do. It's like one day I feel like, okay, I have this great plan. It's all good. And then we get down to it and I'm like, is the plan not working?
Boutique hustle.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another week of the Boutique Hustle Unzipped. My name is Hannah, and I am the CEO of Herringstones right here in Louisiana.
And I'm Sonia, and I am the buyer here in LA for LA Fashion Insider. Today's episode is going to be how to survive the January retail hangover.
Ugh.
Um, I know. Now, I don't mean the tequila one, the actual retail.
The retail hangover is so unbelievably real.
Yeah. Like what are one of what is something? Do you have anything in your arsenal that you use year to year to kinda, like, get you through? Because I know December is such you go from these really high highs, and
Right.
then you,
And
like,
fast. Everything's
you
so fast.
crash. Yeah, and then you're like, "Everyone's gone, it's dead," although we're gonna talk about how to avoid that, but do you have anything in your
In my
box
wheelhouse.
of weapons?
No, I think that it is such a doom and gloom. I mean, coming off of the highs of 4th quarter where you're just, like, chasing last year's numbers to be able to end your year strong, and you feel like you're running a marathon, as fast as possible. Then you cross that finish line. It's December 31st. You're closing the door at 4 o'clock PM because you get to close a little early that day. And I don't know about all of you other retailers out there, but everybody who's, like, ready to put on the glitter dress, the sequins to go for their New Year's Eve party, I'm done. Like, I crash and burn. I'm calling my friends like, "Hey, so, I think I found a pair of pajamas today, and I'm really thinking that why don't y'all come to my house?" My friend was just telling me this yesterday. She goes, "You don't remember last year you canceled all of our New Year's plans and said that you were done. So we came to your house and stayed up. We made it to midnight, but we were definitely in our PJs, in our slippers because Hannah ain't having it. Like, I am done, done." And then we count inventory a couple days later, but, like, I had to start saying, "Can we have, like, 2 or 3 days before we count inventory?" Because I literally want to die. And then sometimes you end the year where it's like, you did it. You accomplished those revenue goals. You got your margins where you wanted. And then there's some years where you don't, or you come so close. And then I don't know about y'all, but I know I'm the type that if I'm a little bit short, I go and divide that out by 360 days of the year, not 65 because we do have some days off. 160 days out of the year, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, if I would have done $35, 360 days, I could have gotten there." It's like I'd get so detailed and it was like could have been so achievable and I could have done it, so you don't even like really get to celebrate your wins because you're so exhausted that you don't even look at the fine print. And then it's January, and then you're like, I want no more product. I don't want to spend any money. I just want the money I have to sit in the bank account. I don't want to make any decisions. I don't want to pay any bills. I just want to sit here dormant. I don't want to go to market. And then that year they made us go to market, what, like January 10th or something. I was like, no, this sucks. But truthfully, it does suck. I mean, what is it like on y'all's side? Because I feel like y'all end the year a little bit sooner than we do.
Yeah, because 'cause we're done shipping stuff for
Yeah.
you guys. So, I think things have changed quite a bit. I would say in the last 10, 15 years. I know when I first started the buying business, I was terrified of the last 2 weeks of December, which, they still kinda scare me, but God, January was like, ugh, brutal, brutal. You had to survive it. No one's buying, that's how we make our money. Um, I gotta say, things have changed, and I would give credit a lot to how social media has helped to move product sooner. You're seeing all the influencers and everyone posting their cute stuff, they're going for New Year's to the beach, Caribbean and Puerto Rico and wherever. So that's helped because I find that I'm sending just dabbles of spring earlier than I used to back in the day.
Yeah, sure.
But also I'm big on having my clients push their gift cards. Push, push, push gift cards. They will help you save January. But those gift cards, you get people that come in and they will I don't even know if they look at price. I know I'm spending a lot of gift cards and I'm just buying things that I normally wouldn't spend the money myself. Um, and they also help you test the market for what people are gravitating for spring. And you're like, oh, this is what people are picking. And again, you're not filling your store with that if that's not what you're ready for. But push, push, push the gift cards because I know that helps bring the traffic and then do some promos around that to in events to bring people into the store and have some of that traffic and then clean out the store, you know?
Perfect time to liquidate. We
Mhm.
started doing I'd mentioned we count inventory, like, on the 5th of January typically, but we started doing a last day of the year sale. So New Year's Eve, we kinda just blow it out. Like, we just let it go. End of year,
Make
whatever
me an
happens,
offer.
happens. 'Cause all I can think about is if it's not gone now, we have to count this, and I don't wanna count all of this. So we just kinda, like, let things go. It does give us a time to really start cleaning out and really, like, grouping things by, like, what do we don't want in the new year? Like, what is not gonna serve us come January and February? And it really does help to do that. I strongly advise that last day of the year to really just do, like, a blowout, and I'm not really one I don't like blanket sales, preferably, but on the last day of the year, that is the perfect time to do a blanket sale, and it just really allows you to clean out some stuff. Now,
Do you just do it the one day or do you do it
just that
the week?
one day, just that one
Okay.
day, it's always very successful. There are times, though, like, where I'm gonna look at the store floor and we'll tell the whole company, "Go ahead and pull out all of your ivory sweaters." Like, we don't want those to be discounted out because that's gonna take us into the new year. We need the ivories, we
You
need the
re-merchandise that,
pinks
yep.
and the blues, like, anything that's gonna help us reset our floor in the front come January 10th, to make it look a little bit more like wintry. Um, we're not talking spring yet. We're literally just bringing in some neutrals, some ivory, some pinks, some blues, white denim. I always save white denim to bring out for that early part of January. You are a blessing. Thank you. I love you. Maddie's helping me out over here, my girl. Um, so yeah, I think that you just have to kind of like think about what you wanna move out and then think about what's gonna serve you in January, so that you can keep it fresh, because I think that's another thing that we are slow traffic, but the people who are coming in still want to see a fresh store. They don't wanna walk into a clearance store the month of January either with their gift card. So it's tricky? And then for y'all, like, I feel like when doing business with you, I think it's really important that we speak to you really at the end of December so that y'all are prepared for what we need while we're counting merchandise, y'all are getting stuff shipped out to us, and it really be white denim, neutrals, some sweaters, because now we're just getting into the
It's
winter
really
months
thought
here.
through, right,
Yes,
what
it's
to bring in.
particular, that's right. Another thing, we live in the South, so we're Mardi Gras people. That doesn't serve everybody. It always helps to bring in Mardi Gras early. Also, we've seen Valentine's starting as early as December, which I think is wild. We don't do
Mhm.
that, but the first week of January, it's like you really have to start speaking V-Day, and that does help, keep things fresh and kinda moving for while you're transitioning out of the holiday season.
Right.
Those are some tricks we've done in the past.
Mhm. Yeah, I've also seen, I've actually started shipping, uh, Valentine's Day in December in previous years, and I'm assuming this year will be no different, as people are just trying to capitalize on the traffic, and it makes it so that it's not weird to wear a heart sweater in January, but it kind of feels old if you're wearing it, in March. So,
Right. Yes,
um,
for sure.
it also gives some longevity to that garment. And you could also incorporate it actually. I've seen some really cool window displays towards the end of the year where they start incorporating and kind of mix it with holiday a little bit.
Yeah. I
So
like
that's
that
always
idea.
cool.
Yeah. I really do like that idea. I know
Yeah,
you can
because it's
if you
usually
really
red or pink or
right.
whatever,
And
and
kinda,
you
like,
could.
s go ahead and start that transition.
Mhm.
That is the nice thing about reds because it's like, what do you do with reds after the holidays? But it is if you can really be mindful about how you can transition that, and then bringing in your whites really helps you go
And
from that
pink too, if you don't
and
wanna
pinks.
do so much
Yeah,
red because you're over it from the holiday, you bring pinks, bring
and pink has
any
longevity
color.
going into the spring, so you can
Yeah,
really, like you can liquidate your reds and then start bringing in your ivories and your pink colors so that you
mhm,
have some longevity for sell-through purposes there.
for sure. So, like, in December for you guys, when does it start when do you start seeing that little that slope going down where you're like, "Oh, things are slowing down?"
Yeah. It's funny that you said that because I'm looking at year-end budgets right now for, inventory receiving, and I feel like I'm just, like, about to hit it, and I'm like, "I can't hit this number yet because I'm still gonna need my goods to get me those strong numbers in December." But you do have to start back I mean, by December 15th, I start cutting off, like, no more shipments so that we have time to really sell through. However, as a retailer, sometimes you may be at budget but if getting a handful I mean, how many times have we were like, "Hey, can you send us we need 10 styles of, ivory sweaters." And that's
Mhm,
all you send us is ivory sweaters. It does help, like, fill up our racks, keep our tables fluffed and filled, makes
and
such a
lighten
huge
up.
difference, and lightens,
Mhm,
and light so you're
mhm,
starting to really, have that. It's important because it doesn't cost a lot of money to fill in gaps with a run of miracle sweaters, you know? So, I think it's so important that you really do make smart decisions there because could that extra $2,000 turn for you and allow everything else to sell so you don't start looking bare the week of Christmas? Um, so it is tricky because look, our sales do not die off in December. We just re-strategize. We have a very strong December. It goes straight from Black Friday. Lingers all the way through, but where as a retailer, I start feeling like this like sense of fear and I'm like, "Oh my god, if I don't have more inventory, how am I gonna meet these last few weeks of numbers?" And, when I know I have a store full of stuff, but we're so used to seeing full quantities in collections as they come in because that's how we build our and merchandise. And then when we're just kinda getting in our straggling stuff, it does feel like as retailers that we don't have it exactly how we need it to meet these numbers. So it's kind of like, do we spend so we can get these numbers, or do we really stop spending so that we can actually build up our cash to get us ready and prepared for the next year? And the answer is the second one. You stop
mhm.
spending and you really start selling through and moving things and re-merchandising and regrouping and then being really smart and mindful as what product can I put into my store that will allow me to sell this other product? And that's typically a bottom, a jean, a sweater, is what typically works for us. Everything else, you don't need any more shoes. You don't need any more, like, jackets if they're not gonna serve you for the new year. Like, there's just certain things that will allow you to still complete, outfits. For us, it's tops, sweaters, bottoms to kinda help things keep moving and
And
staying okay.
remerchandising and repurposing it, it
Huge.
doesn't necessarily things don't necessarily have to go on sale because they were there for December. I think if it's a slow mover,
Correct.
maybe people weren't ready for it, and just by remerchandising it and giving it, like, a bit of a
Yep.
fresh feel,
Put it on
it moves
mannequins.
then. Yeah, because it's still cold. I mean, our
It
winter
just
here
gets
does not start till, like, whatever little winter we have. It's
that's
maybe
how it is.
January, February.
Yeah, that's exactly how it is here. Like, I mean, it's hot again today. We're already in November. Like, we're not in the mountains. So, like, we don't get cool weather until after the new year. That's the reality. So, you really can repurpose lots of stuff. I will say we did a really great job really focusing on, and it might just be what was trending too, focusing more on, like, color palettes, like the burgundies, so that we can continue with that forward, and less on, like, the rust. The rust is such a short selling window with that color
It's
for
like it
fall.
dies. Yeah,
It
right.
when it's done, it's
November.
done. I mean,
Mhm.
week of Thanksgiving, if you haven't sold through your rust, honey, you ain't selling it. So, like, you really have to be mindful to start moving that out. In fact, I'm thinking about that right now. There's pieces that we really need to have a strong sell through in 2 weeks, because after that, it's gonna hit a sell rack. And I wanna make sure that we don't do that, because I just got some great pieces from Jade and Joy so awesome, but after, November, it's gonna be a hard little push, but they actually could go back with white denim and come back in January. It's almost like you could almost take it off the floor for holiday selling and bring it back in for January selling back with whites. I'm thinking all this out loud as I'm speaking, because of
But that's
color
assuming
palettes.
you have enough pieces of it left. Like, if you have
Sure.
1 or
The
2, I
Yeah,
mean, that's a good problem, but,
yeah,
um, that which goes back to what I think we were talking about not too long ago, is getting product in at the right time is so important so that you have that window to sell. And it's okay if you're out of rust 2nd week of November, because you should already be having holiday. Like
correct. You want
like,
to be out of
rust
rest.
should be, yeah, I almost, like, associate it with Halloween ends, and that's when, you can transition with some browns and gold tones, and those
Right.
help you transition into all the holiday kinda colors, because everyone starts to look for their, holiday outfit or
Yeah.
company party or
Yep.
whatever they have going on, so,
Yes,
um,
for sure.
that's important. One of the things that I started to mention at the beginning is also that feeling on how to stay positive when you don't have those numbers, or you have a bad, I don't know, a slow weekend. Could be weather related, could be, I don't know, many different reasons, but, I was speaking to somebody today, and I said to her, "Well, you're a veteran, you know what you're doing." She goes, "I don't feel like a lot of times I don't feel like I know what I'm doing." And I just reminded her that that's a feeling, not a fact.
So
You
true.
can feel a lot of things, but that doesn't mean they're real. They're just you're just feeling that way.
I wonder if she feels like we do, like, when things do feel like this week has been slower for us, and it's typical, because I have last year numbers and the year before to compare, but it's kinda like the calm before the storm, so we're doing lots of prep work right now. But a part of me is going, "Do we not have the right merchandise? Is it not merchandised
You
correctly? Do
question
I"
everything.
You
Yeah.
question everything. Do they not like what they see? Why, what did we do wrong? Did somebody say something? Were they not helped? It's like you start going through this spiral, and then next week's Pink Friday, and all of a sudden, here's all the people, and it all,
Mhm.
comes together. But
Yeah.
I struggle with that. I mean, truthfully, I really do. It's like one day I feel like, okay, I have this great plan. It's all good. And then we get down to it, and I'm like, is the plan not working? It's like you take a deep breath and you don't even know.
Well, sometimes it doesn't, but you pivot, you adjust.
Mhm.
Um,
Always pivoting, always
yeah,
adjusting.
always, like, in the moment even. It's like, "You know what? Scrap what we're gonna do, this is what we're gonna do now." Because you can get in your head really easy this time of year. It
Mhm.
is,
Mhm.
like I was saying, I had 2 people I spoke to last week, and I was in a funk myself last week. I was in a really big funk. Um, was it Yeah, it was last week. Because I was out to dinner with Ken, and I was having a moment. And, I was just feeling all kinds of things, and he's just looking at me like, "What is wrong with you?" Because I don't show my emotions ever, like, Imma
No, you
never
don't.
let them see you sweat. I internalize, and I just keep on trucking, and no one will ever knew I was dying inside. I'm just gonna keep going. And I was getting so mad at him. He's like, "I don't know what to tell you." I'm like, "Just tell me that everything's
Gonna
gonna be
be okay.
fine. Just tell me you're sorry that I'm feeling whatever I'm feeling. Just, like, acknowledge me." And he's like, "Okay, but you're yelling at me about it." I was like, "'Cause I just need you to tell me it's gonna be okay." Um, you wake up Saturday, and I woke up Saturday, and it was fine.
Everything was fine.
It was just a moment. Um, and so, like, the holidays on top of, God, owning a business,
Business, yes. It's so
having a
overwhelming.
family,
It's so
if you're not
overwhelming.
good with your family, if you're in a family rift, if you're low on cash,
Yeah.
you gotta buy presents, you gotta
Or you have, deaths in
employees
the
and
family or
company
illness,
dinners. Yeah,
there's all the things.
yeah, it's coming from all different angles,
Being Santa
and you
Claus, that's stressful AF.
wait, who's you're Santa Claus?
Yeah, of course.
Not literally, but I was okay. I was like, "Wait, you put on a costume?" I was like, "Okay."
I am about T minus a few days of just telling the kids because I feel like
That Santa Claus
they
is
they
not
think
real.
they think mom and dad do nothing, and I'm like,
Yeah.
"But we do it
You just
all, and
you
Santa
sit there and
Claus
wait
gets
for
the
him.
credit."
I know. So if you have kids in the car, probably not a good episode for them
Oh,
to yeah.
oops, and delete.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, there's so many ways I think you can feel, and it's okay. Especially if you start going on social media and seeing everyone's, like, package wall, everything that's they're shipping out and all the boxes and all the things, and, like, give yourself some grace and get off of social media.
You're doing
Avoid.
great, sweetie.
Yes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Good for you, like, you never know what their 3rd quarter or 2nd quarter was. So,
You'd never
it's
know. You never
yeah,
know. I'm
just,
following a retailer right now, I've followed her for years, and, I mean, she has a fantastic business. She still has a fantastic business, and I'm not in her QuickBooks by all means, but I there are
should you
times that
be?
I want to, reach out to her and just be like, "You are doing so good, like, don't beat yourself up," but she's very vocal about her struggles, which I find to be so fascinating. That's why I
And
listen to
refreshing
her.
that somebody's honest about how they feel.
Yes, yes, because from my point of view, I think she's flipping killing it, and she's just been through some real true lows in the business, and she's very vocal about it, and I can tell that she's just, like, beating herself down, and it just makes my heart hurt for her because from the outside looking in, I still think she's doing amazing, at what she does, and just sometimes you get pulled and nudged into certain tight feeling positions because it allows you to expand your mind to think about something different or next. And that's just, part of growing and deciding what's next into the next year. And I think that a lot of the pressure from ending a year is also the pressure of starting one. And that seems so overwhelming and almost like you don't even want to start that process because it just seems so overwhelming. What I've
But
started
that's
doing.
probably part of her way of coping with it is to talk about it,
Yeah, true, yeah,
where
for
somebody
sure.
like me doesn't.
And
I
I love
just
listening to it,
mhm.
like, because I'm like, and I still just think it's fascinating how awesome her business is. But one thing that I've listened to her say before, and I've actually taken note for myself, is when we start really thinking about January in early November, like that calm right before the holiday storm, is the perfect time to kind of just brainstorm and get it on piece of paper of what do you want your first quarter to look like. That way, whenever January 1 hits, it doesn't feel like doom and gloom, that you already kind of have a seed planted in your thoughts of what that transition is gonna be like for you so that you can kinda hit go a little bit quicker. I've
And
struggled with mid-January, and I'm like, "Okay, I still haven't hit the green light."
well, I think part of it is to keep the momentum. So it's all about starting in December. That's why I say push the gift cards, push all the promos, just again, any VIP programs, anything you can think of so that you build a momentum and then you like ride that into January. So like January doesn't feel like, oh my God, I got to start from the lowest point all over again. And, yet another year. Like where you're just going down to zoom right back up. And I think that's important is to build w- start building in December what you want for January
Yeah, I
and then
agree.
follow that, ride that momentum. And then, again, there's going to be some dips in January and you like plan for it. If you've had the store more than 2 years, none of it should be a surprise. So go back, think about what worked, think about what didn't, make some adjustments and then back up go into February.
And that
Um,
to play off of you there too, like, it is such a great month to just reset, and instead of making yourself feel like it's a failed month or that you're just not gonna have a great month, to take the time and really make out a plan of action of what you want your entire year to look like. And that way, if you do have a slower January, if it's not the January you had hoped for, feel like you still had a win because you were able to reset, refocus, get re energized, and really set the tone in your business for what's ahead. So, January is there for a reason, and it is for everyone to reset, and it's not gonna be the biggest month of the year. We all know that. We all know that, but what action steps can we
it
make?
doesn't have to be the worst.
It doesn't have to be the worst. That is so true.
Mhm.
It
And
doesn't have to be the worst.
I think mentally a lot of, boutique owners or business owners that rely kind of on, seasons like we do, kind of already have that set in their head that January is just gonna be a sucky month, but it doesn't have to be the worst. It's just gonna be one of the lesser ones, but it's because it's also preparing you for some of your better ones.
Yeah,
Ideally, yes. Wouldn't they be great? Wouldn't it be great if every month was a great month and you're
sure.
just going, and I know that happens to a lot of people, but,
Goals.
eventually you plateau, right? And you have to grow in different ways. You gotta grow this way as opposed to that way, and, it's important to just keep, like I said, that momentum going so that that energy is there for your employees. Your employees are feeding off of it. Your customers are coming in January and they're walking into a wah, wah, where everyone's just in a funk. It's all sale. You haven't taken time to re-merchandise and freshen things up. Well, they're just gonna mosey on to the next.
Yep. It just stays stagnant. You just have to stay in front of it, even if it's just in bite-size things. You can have
It's
one new
small
fresh
goals.
rack. Yes,
Mhm,
just one
mhm.
fresh rack that you
Just
have coming in,
little
just enough.
teasers,
That's right.
teasers.
To keep people curious and coming back for what's next. And it doesn't have to be these huge collections. It doesn't have to be a ton of money investment in
Mhm.
those slow periods, but just enough to keep people excited, enough to put on your social media, enough to tease spring, just enough to get them in. And then once they're in, then that's where you can offer different types of deals like bundle deals, or you can do buy more, save more. There's definitely lots of options out there to keep people spending in that month. And typically they want a deal. They want to be saving something in January. So you do want to make sure you keep that in mind too. And it doesn't have to be blanket sales in your whole store. It doesn't have to be these huge sales, but you can just offer promotions. Another option, which we do a lot in the summertime, which I think is a great idea for even January, is cross promoting with local businesses and giving each other the opportunity to promote each other. So all really
Another
great.
cute idea too is, that I've seen it done is, gift card happy hour, where
Oh, I like that.
between, I don't know, 4 and 5, 2 and 3, whatever, you sell your gift cards. If it's a $50 gift card, you can buy it for 40. If it's 100, you can buy it for 80. That's like giving 20% off.
Yeah,
So, it's a win-win for everyone. You just need to bring that traffic in for January because 'cause they're gonna spend above and beyond that gift card, and then you'll more than make up that 20%.
totally agree. Totally agree. So the goal this year is that we don't feel hungover and that we keep the
I
pace
mean, we
up.
could, but not
Not
retail-wise.
retail hangovers, just tequila hangovers this year.
Yes.
But if you go ahead and start now and go ahead and make a little game plan for what you're gonna do week 1, 2, 3, and 4 of January, I bet we can all have the best January yet.
Yeah, and if you have any vendors listening, now you know why I can't approve some of those spring items that you're trying to ship me right now.
Sorry, vendors, we are definitely not
I
there
know
yet.
some people are taking them, but I don't
We are not
recommend it to
there
my
yet.
clients yet, and it's
I
just
do
a little
think
too
too,
early.
like, we're so brick and mortar, so, like, we are in the moments of
Mhm.
receiving and selling. Like, we're not that far out. If we think that far out, we're sitting on cash that needs to be turning a lot quicker. So, for strong like, for brick and mortar focus, like, I totally get it in the e-commerce world where, like, you start way ahead of the game because 'cause you're buying, like, in bulk and you have tons of stocks. You need that longevity to sell through. For us, particularly, we're only getting a pack or 2 per location, and fast fashion, I mean, it's in, it's out, we're bringing in the next product. So, we're not thinking spring. That's why I don't like October market because, I mean, we haven't even gotten our sequins in yet. So it's, like, hard to shift, to even know what are we wearing in the spring? I don't even know what I'm wearing next week. So
Well, you do have to prepare, and that's where I think it's important to if you see really special items, like things you know you can't live without, then that's the item. I don't think you need your basics unless they're reasonably priced, because
yeah.
that $10 tank or the Nicky Pickies or
Yeah, those are
the less
basics.
yeah, cute basics that bring in some
Yeah.
of the, like, spring colors that'll
Yeah,
help lighten up what you have in the store for,
sure.
minimal expense. So things like that are fine, and then really strong special pieces. Because 'cause let's not forget there's the Chinese New Year, and then once that first cut's gone,
You're
then the
right.
next delivery is March and April,
You're
and now
so
you're
right.
a little bit behind the ball, which is a whole nother episode on how to
That is
navigate
so
product around
funny that
Chinese New
you,
Year.
brought that up because that is exactly what we do. We drag our feet in the beginning of the year because 'cause we're exhausted, and then we're like, "Oh, yeah, we need merchandise. Okay, let's hurry up and get some," and then they're like, "Oh, well,
And
see,
then your
it."
mom's sending me all these screenshots. It's like, "Where
Yeah,
did you get this?" And I was like, "Well, they
"Oh,
ordered it in October market,
you're a little behind."
or they ordered it from me in November, December."
Chinese, New Year does,
Yeah.
not, account for the retail women out in the world who are exhausted and wasn't quite ready to purchase yet.
Yeah. I think we should just all go on vacation all at the same time
Yes, that would
for
make
just
way
as
more
long.
sense.
Shut down the country,
Shut
everyone
it
take a
down, everybody's
vacation.
tired.
Yes.
No spending coming in, just
Mhm.
everything going out.
Right. Right. And in our dreams.
Yeah, I
But
know.
anyways, anyway, we just wanted to touch a little bit on this. One, because I had that funk last week, and I I ran into a few people that felt, like I said, the same way, and you're not alone. Just know that it's a feeling, not a fact, and just focus on the little wins, the dailies, and, pivot, switch it up, and learn from it. Is it's the easiest way I can put it. You
I
should
love
know
it.
that better than anyone.
Whew, the word pivot, I wish we could, like, take it out the dictionary.
Pivot, transition, take a hard left, take a
Transition,
hard right,
nudge. That's
run.
right. Far left, far right, full circle. Oh gosh. Well, always great catching up with you. This is the Boutique Hustle Unzipped. And if you haven't started subscribing, go to YouTube and
Please.
subscribe now. We need all the people. And
Wherever
if you,
that button is, we know it's there
yes.
somewhere, like, press the button.
And if you know
Click to
anybody who
subscribe.
would love to hear about all the ins and outs of retail, we're your girls from wholesale to retail and everything in between.
Mhm.
We are
Yep.
also on Instagram, Facebook,
TikTok,
TikTok. Yeah.
YouTube, all of it. Yeah, it's seeing
All
my
the
face all
places.
over the place is gets a little scary, but it
I
is
know,
what
I'm
it
now,
is.
like, scrolling the grid, I'm like, "Ah, there she is again. Ah." Looking at
It's
me.
like when you're
I like
taking
seeing you.
when you're taking photos and you turn the camera on yourself, you're like, "Ah."
Yeah, I know.
Like,
The
"Oh, crap."
the one that I was going, "Drowning!" I watched that so many times, I was cracking up. Parisha, said that she's gonna make a meme out of it.
Wow. Yeah, the amount
So
of
good.
bloopers we have is not even funny.
Yeah,
You
I
guys
know.
you guys are spared by the editing. But anyway, you guys have yourself a good rest of the week, and,
Yep.
we'll catch you next.
Bye.
Bye.